Hey there, Heather Ho. There's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to yet another OTP. Yeah, right. ASG Golf Tournament. We're live from France at Le Golf National. It's US versus the world. It's an international competition for match play, kind of making a spin on the match play championships. 12 Americans, 12 world players who have not won a tournament in the first 7 months of this tour get a spot into this tournament, and the top team by points, their best guy by points of the day of the tournament will get the trip to Augusta, and the other team's best player gets a runner-up thing, and you're the backup tournament for now. And I mean for now. Anyway, we're down. We have 12 matchups. We're down to the final day, and the Americans are crushing the world by 9 points. If my math is correct, they need just 2 wins out of 12 to win because the world will have 10, but the world can only kill it by 1 point. So practically, we've got ourselves a wholesome lineup. We have, of course, Americans 28 to 19. Stats wise, Lee Trevino is the only one who's been El Perfecto, 4 for 4. Nicholas, Lehman, Green, Pate, and Couples, 3 out of 4. Marco Miro's only had half a point. On the world side, Steve Elkington is El Perfecto. He's 4 0. He's trying to beat El Perfecto to get probably a spot in the runner-up tournament as it is right now. Frank Dobila has been donut for 4, but we don't do it that way. So yeah, the Lee Trevino Steve Elkington match will be a telltale sign of whoever wins will get that one spot. Anyway, that's tee off. All right, first hole, Trevino. Nice shot down the middle and stand the first. On a font. You start. Nice shot over Elkington. Trevino up and over. Nice. Oh! Lovely. I think he's okay. Elkington. Birdie. Oh, he missed. Trevino should be able to win. Oh my God! How do you miss? He had an easy 1-up lead. Who is that? Now Pontage. Second hole, up and over the water. That. Now over the water. Elkington. Up and okay, he's closer. At least he didn't hit the water. For Bert. Oh, she my. Elkington for the hook. No, sir. So they're tied. Now, in all likelihood, if Trevino and Elkington tie, nobody can catch them on their own team, no matter what happens, because they had 1-point leads. So if they tie, Trevino will be going to Augusta, by my guess, and Elkington will go to the backup tournament. Like I said, you don't, like Steve Elkington, it doesn't mean you can't automatically qualify for Augusta. It just means worst comes to worst, you have to go to the qualifying tournament. You still have the next 4 months to try to win a tournament for yourself. Lee Trevino up the middle. Of course, as I said, the winner goes to Augusta, which will start on New Year's Day 2026. Elkington did not find the memo. He hit the water off, and he is in the bunker. Trevino, second shot. And over. Elkington does that for the hole. Now he's off by a foot. Elkington needed that miss by Trevino. So Marco Mira, wow, by 7. David Verity crushes it. So 1 American victory away. So Mira beats Verity. Marco Mira. Middle of the fairway. Elkington. Oh, man. And it's a 1-shot penalty. So guess what that means? A golden chance for Trevino to take the lead. A golden chance. Golden grounds. Crispy for cereal, fun to eat. Trevino will probably lag, and he's allowed if it's more than 40 feet, because he knows that Elkington will have to make his cut. You good, stay good. Trevino makes the shot. And now you go to the left side. Yeah, if you lose this match, you still have the other players, like Greg Norman can sneak in that second place spot away from you. Nice shot, 5 yards away. Elkington. And here comes down draw. Oh my gosh, he almost drew back right into the hole. Trevino better make his putt. But he can't. Elkington has a chance. We're tied. Lee Jansen beats Frank Nobilo. So, Ray Floyd beats Wayne Grady. So, Nobilo with a giant skunk on his head. And now we know who won. And it's the Americans. So, that beats... That for sure, we do know. That for sure, we do know that whoever tops the American group will be going through to Augusta. So if Trevino wins his match, he knows he's going to Augusta. So he would love to go to Augusta automatically. Up and over. Again, the ref. Far back in the ref. Up and over. Pitch up. Ooh, pitch up. For the hole. Got it. He wants to clinch his second place spot in a sense. Because he knows that at worst he's got the backup tournament at the end of the year. He wants to screw Greg Norman over. Well, Greg Norman does not have a finish, does he? No, Norman does not have a top 2 finish. 10-second shot. Ooh. Trevino's on the green. Hope so. Up and over. The hole. Off by 3. Elkington. Mike Brooks beats Baker Finch, so it looks like the Americans are going to win every match. They just had to win 2. It's like, how did the world players win matches? Trevino, that was kind of a long putt, 64 feet. No leg. He kind of is hoping Elkington fumbles it. And he did. Trevino saw that coming. Elkington goes away to the 9th. Up and over. Wow. That wasn't what I was hoping for. Trevino 318. Second shot by Elkington. Up and over. Trevino. Up and bunker. Elkington. Get over it. You heard the sand. You heard it. You heard it first, people. Robert. Oh, miss. Brutal miss. Trevino to tie the match. Oh. Jack Nicklaus beats Fulton. So, yeah, the Americans look good. Trevino better watch his back, because if he loses, I think Jack Nicklaus might have a chance to sneak up on him. Or maybe watch Wade. No way. Up and over. Nicely done. Elkington, well, he's going to probably be up by 2. Tap it. Chi-Chi ties Bob Murphy, so at least the world gets something going. Tway beats Crampton. Yeah, so Chi-Chi with half a point. Hubie Green beats Bobby Cole, so it's just been nothing but terrible. Elkington, well, if Trevino can just avoid trouble, he does. He will cut the game down to 1. Only half a point by the Americans. The ones have committed. Chi-Chi for bogey. Trevino, he got this topper. And Trevino's down the wing. Lyman beats Franco by 3. That's right. So once again, the Americans get a point. But a lot of them actually want to fight. Trevino, for birdie. Oh, he missed. Trevino for the hole. He got him. Righteous, not so sweet. So they try to kill. Fairway. Huffington. Oh my gosh, no freaking way. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Oh man, he almost hold it on the fly. Huffington had a 2-up lead. A 2-up lead at one point. It looked like he was going to get something positive. Whoa. Not the Hutchinson mistake. Trevino will be heading to the 14th. 5 holes left. All Trevino's got to do is just put it on cruise control. Uh-oh. Divot! 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 That's the point. Right center. Then up and over. Okay. Trevino. Ouch. Bunker. Next shot. Elkington. Let's get close. Just get close. He did. Let's get close. For birdie. Nice shot, what a shot. Half the hole. You guys got Gary Casey, Sam Marsh. So another American point. Well, the Americans were stacked. Very stacked. In a sense. Even like Bob Murphy. Over the water. Got it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was beautiful. Elkington. I drew it back. She's like, oh, I drew it back. Mom. For a birdie. Too much. For the hole. And that Trevino's on for 2. Elkington had everything in his pocket and he fumbled it. Trevino. Hit the water. Elkington. Oh my god, he almost aced it. He just missed. Holy smokes, he almost aced it. Trevino. Wow, he almost aced it. He's down by 1. Greg Norman beats Fred Couples. That's actually bad news for Elkington because if he loses, then I think Greg Norman jumps ahead of him in the points thing and gets that runner-up spot. Elkington down by 1 with 2 hands to go. He has to win 17 and 18 to beat Trevino. Although he can win 17 or 18 and just make sure if he wins a hole and Trevino doesn't, if it ends up tied, it actually helps Elkington because Elkington will get the half point needed to suffice. And then that'll be good. Trevino and Elkington will finish undefeated through the week. For the match. No, he can't do it. Elkington needs his putt. And he can't make it. He would have forced Trevino into it. Lee Trevino, the winning next. Elkington, he wins for his country, and it was not even close. 39-21. Only 1.5 points for the world on day 5. Chi Ty Murphy and Greg Norman beat Fred Couples. That, I think, means Greg Norman takes second, doesn't he? Well, Lee Trevino finishes 5 for 5. And Larry Max gets himself a trip to the Classic. And did he take a second place? No, he didn't. I thought he would take second. But yeah, Lee Trevino now has a spot in Augusta, and that's win number 2 for him. Lifetime in the ASG. Not bad. So scoreboard. First session, 8.5 to 3.5. Session 2. So the Americans were up by 5 after day 1, 7 after day 2, 9 after day 3, 9 after day 4. They tied 6-6. And then today they just crushed it like a paper cup. Well, Lee Trevino, 5 for 5. He will be going to Augusta automatically. Every American got 1.5 points. O'Meara and Murphy were the lowest. But yeah, you got to give it to Bob Tway. I didn't think he would be that good. So 5 for 5 for Trevino. Nicholas, Blayman, Hubie, and Pate only missed 1 match. Only lost 1 match. But Lee Trevino, thanks to his 5 for 5, wins it. And brutal news for Elkington is that he ties Greg Norman at 4-1. But unfortunately, I am going to give Greg Norman the benefit of the doubt. But Greg Norman goes to take second place and not Steve Elkington. Well, Elkington lost the final day. Norman did give the world its only point. Chi got half a point to go to 1.5. Grady, Allen, and Nobilo, yeah, combined 1 point for those guys. They were basically no-namers, but they needed some help. So Lee Trevino technically wins the tournament, wins the trip to Augusta. Greg Norman tied Elkington, but because of his star power, I'm giving Greg Norman the second place spot, and Elkington will now have to sit back and wait. So we go back to stroke play for the Canadian Open 2025 from lovely Glen Abbey in Oakville, close to where I live, but not completely. Glen Abbey, 144 guys. Make sure everyone involved. Oh yeah, I gotta add somebody. I have to add somebody. That's right. The winner of the tournament last time, John Wise. So John Wise will be getting his first tournament. He won the July tournament on the cut 18, beating me by 2 strokes because I stupidly double bogeyed on 18. And par would have forced a playoff. But John Wise is headed to the 70s, 90s tournament. And he'll make his debut, top 18 ties. Because I'm decreeing this a major, because, you know, the PGA, the US Open, and the British Open, and Augusta host the Masters, but I'm hosting that. But they're the championship course for the whole thing. I got to add a fourth, and I'm adding Canadian Open. So it is the top 40 in ties instead of the top 80 in ties in Glen Abbey. So we are going to be looking at Lee Trevino because Trevino was the champion. So his group, I say 30. 41. So he's late in the day. He's with Hankey and Nolan Hankey and Mark Hayes. So Hankey and Hayes and Trevino. Just for clarity, like Greg Norman, we'll have him tomorrow on Friday. He's in group 11. Norman is with Massengill and Grow. And just for the heck of it, I'm just going to see if I can find John Wise. Oh, John Wise is with Maltby and Colbert on the third hole, on the third group. So John Wise will make his debut and all that. He will have 4 chances to qualify for something. But yeah, we'll keep our eyeballs on Greg Norman. Oh, yeah, make sure that we do cut this up. So yeah, we'll do Glen Abbey next time, the 70s, 90s, and see who wins that thing in Oakville. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.